go up every week in between 2 grounds. So if there's any juniors here, it'd be great to get them up and get really good exposure for our sponsors. They put in good coin, especially this one here. Old associate, jump on the website, join for them. Other than that, we've got Cup Day coming up in a week and a half. $10 a head, $30 for a family. So get along. Love to see a lot of the people there that we didn't see at the Bogan Bingo, which was a really good night the other night. So other than that, we'll get on to the sevens with Griffo, please.
Alright, play Churnside Park, they're 4. Yeah, we are too far away.
You can all come over.
We won the toss and bowled. We bowled really well. Restricted it to 160 or 158 on the high school, on the primary school, which is good. Pick of the bowlers was probably Big Bear. He bowled really well. He got 4 for 16. So he bowled really well. Yeah. Back to the healthy.
Well done, mate.
Yeah. Dana bowled well early. Shawnee double bowled. We all bowled really well. Brian, everyone. But the young fellow was a shining light. Big M, we've named him. Big Marcel. Marcel Pasquale. He bowled 2 overs. He bowled 4 overs, 2 for 10. So really good. We thought we had a bit of a chance. Top order sort of threw it away a bit, so a few of the wickets there, yeah, sort of threw it away a bit. But middle order batted well. But again, young Big N stood out. He made 25. Batted really well. Stuck it out and got us to a winning position, but we fell away a bit down low. So. Yeah, we've got a bit to work on, but we've got a few shining lights. Lukey Barr, he bowled really well too. He got 2 for 20 odd, so got some shining lights there. Bear, very unlucky not to get the man of the match. The Jealous Craig man of the match. The Jealous Craig man of the match goes to Big M. First senior game, 13 years old, awesome.
Thanks, Griffo.
We lost by 32.
Rosie. Bye, Griff.
We played Scoresby at Scoresby Secondary College. We won the toss, started over bat. We opened up with Brogan Murphy and Brad Wood. Bit of a slow start. I think we won for about 27 or 16 overs or so. Croydon got it really well. Maybe made 12 or something. That's played awesome. And their bowling was top notch and line and length perfectly with that grade. They kept us to about 112, and the standout with the bat was Josh Corney. He made 18, which was really good. Got a treat.
Joshy!
And then we had a bowl, bowled alright at the start, and then I think we just dropped off a little bit, and they passed us 20 overs down, and one of the openers made 50, the other one made 40 odd, so it wasn't really too close to the game. So yeah, and the Dallas Craig man of the match goes to Josh Corney for his 18.
Don't get free study with that. We've got Boydie here. No? Fifth? Oh, Carl. You're on the short side.
Carlos Paul.
Okay, today we ventured up to our great home ground of Chandler Park, played against Baronia, won the toss, made 108 thanks to Boydie making a good 30 and Jan Ezagalis sticking in with him with a good partnership of around 60 runs. Then we decided it's going to be bowled and they chased it down in pretty quick session. We lost the 1%ers, missed a couple of run-outs, a couple of drop catches, but everyone bowled well. Young guys bowled very well. Man of the match with some great fielding, a quick 16, in a good 16 yarn is a goal.
JJ, short and sharp. There you go.
Obviously we played heap mob Baptists there. Won the toss, decided to have a bowl. Start off alright, and then a couple of old blokes got together, and I think at the end of the 36 overs they were 4 for 198, and I thought, oh well, it's not a bad score. We went into bat. Mossy and Sticks opened the batting. Just met a bloke who does reasonable wheels, so they just sort of pushed it around. After 10 overs, we were 1 for 20. So I thought, well, we're pushing it up the hill, but we'll give it a crack. Gussie got in there and he started to take the bowling attack apart with Tommy Noonan. They put on 90 runs for the 3rd wicket, so Gussie got 68 and Tommy Noonan got 27, I think it was. And then in the end we ended up being 9 for 168 or something, so we lost by 30 runs. But I thought we bowled okay. We just bowled that four ball every over, so at the end of the day it sort of cost us. But chased down that go that well to get to 168. It wasn't a bad effort. So obviously it's pretty easy decision to Jealous Craig. Man of the match is Gus.
Alright, Dan.
That's the way you said you were going that.
We lost the toss, got put into bats. Started okay, 20 off the first few overs, a couple of big 6s and 4s, etc. Then we fell away pretty quickly. We were 4 for 50 off about 13 overs, 14 overs, and we were looking a bit of trouble. A good partnership then formed between young fella Chris Denavi and Rosie. Rosie went on to make a really good 62, I think it was, so well better to Rosie. Chris Denavi kept batting and we all built some partnerships around him. He was out near the end for a very well made 15, I think he made, but it wasn't the runs he made. He batted for a long time, occupied the crease against probably the best team in A grade by a long way. Some really good bowling and batted really, really well. We ended up making 172, a couple of quick 15s by Shem and Downsy at the end got us to 172. So about par on that ground. It's very, very quick. Once you got it through the field with half decent shot, it was 4 runs. So it was about par, so we had to bowl well to protect it. And we came out of bowl, Will opened up and Fusco, and we've sort of got carted around pretty well. They were 110 off the first 18 overs without a wicket. Then the Shem Whale came on and spun them in a bit of a daze, and 3 for 40 off his 8 overs and really got us back into the game. A lot of half chances that just didn't quite go our way off Shem's bowling as well. Could have quite easily been 5 or 6 wickets as well. But from the position we were in at 18 overs at drinks to them passing us 6 down with the, I think 3 overs to go. So it was a really, really good fight back from the boys. Pick of the bowling, obviously Shem, Will Bellingham for his first game in the 3s. None for 30 off 7 overs was really good, especially opening the bowling against some really good batting. Downsy bowled well there at the end as well. But Jealous Craig, man of the match. Chris Denavi, don't think he is too small to tell if he is.
We played Heapot Baptist first in the seconds, and we took the field with probably the youngest senior cricket team I've ever played with, which is I thought it'd be difficult, but it can also be good. We won the toss and batted, so we really got the good end to the And so we ended up making 240 last week. Pick of the batsman, Riley Williams once again, who batted really well last week and made about 30. He backed it up again, got a bit of a promotion in the order and made 37. And Phoenix Bet, who is Phoenix here? No. Phoenix made 58 and it was one of the most beautiful 60s you'll ever see. He hardly hit the ball in the air. I think he's 14 years old and he batted like he was 24. It was really, really good. So we ended up making 7 for 239. And then today we just had to defend it, and that's last round. So, our 4 pace bowlers were all either 15 or 16 years old. And which is a bit of a challenge in itself with restrictions and that sort of thing. But Oscar and Riley opened the bowling, bowled really, really well. Oscar didn't get a wicket, but he bowled really, really tight. Riley got 2 wickets, but then we got James Barr on, who, again, I've never played with him before, but he came over and took 4 wickets, and he bowled absolutely fantastically. And yeah, we ended up bowling him out for 182. So with the side that we had in, it's a fantastic effort. Some of these kids, they're really, really young, but yeah, it was a really, really satisfying win. And now the Jealous Craig man of the match goes to, I've sort of been tossing up between, but it goes to Riley because he batted really well and he. Just before I get leak up here, Charlie, you mind doing a massive board on the soft go? Hey? You mind doing a bit of a massive? Oh, yes, I can't hear it. Well, I'll give you that up here. Yeah, the Frantel.
I'll give.
Well, it's 3. Should I do today? No, just today.
Alright, 16 ones. I'm the coach apparently this year. We've had 3 games already. Lost the first week, won the second week, which was good. Got to today, we played St Andrews at St Andrews. We had a bat first in a 1-dayer, 25 overs a side. Ended up posting 97, which was a bit below par, but it was okay, it was defendable. The runs went to Phoenix Beck again, who probably dug us out of one of the bigger holes I've ever seen. He made 35, which was awesome. You retire after 30 balls, so yeah, he hit his 35 in 30 balls, which was ideal. After that, I don't think there were too many more run scorers, to be honest. No, there wasn't. Definitely wasn't. We then went to bowl. They were going alright. They were 3 for 60 off 15 overs, so they only needed 30 odd with 10 overs left. But we brought again James Barr. He came back on, bowled. I think he bowled out from that position, and he just. I've got the stats here actually. He bowled brilliantly. He took 2 for 10 off his 5 overs, which is just was vital. And we ended up restricting them to 7 for 89 off the full 25. So that was a good win from a position we probably shouldn't have. The man of the match will go to Phoenix Beck for 35.
Top of the tree. Alright, we played against Norwood at Norwood. We actually got on last week and played in a kind of rain affected ground. We lost the toss and had to bowl. I thought we stuck at it pretty well through the day last week. We had kind of, they dug in like kind of in true Norwood form, I guess. They were none for, I think they were 1 for 80, I think, something like that. Two for 130. And then we kind of got a bit of a run on. At one stage we had them about 7 for 170, and then they ended up making 250. So the only real runs in a flurry they made were right at the end, which I guess it was a little bit kind of disappointing that they got away at the end, because we did toil really hard all day. Probably, I think best of the bowls probably Grant. He bowled with a restricted run up all day because it was really slippery. I think I fell over about 5 times, which hurt me the next day greatly. But yeah, Grant bowled really, really well. A little bit slower than he probably would have liked, but with really good control. Also make mention to Will Spencer, bowled probably the best I've seen him bowl in the ones. And he's definitely coming along to being able to bowl to really good plans. So this week, 250 on a dry wicket with a quick outfield. I kind of thought we were in with a chance. We lost our first wicket at about 28, something like that. And a second, well, I think we were 2 for about 53, something like that. Is that right? And then, yeah, it kind of didn't go swimmingly from there. We ended up getting bowled out for 74, which, to be honest, it was a little bit embarrassing, but not to dwell on it. They quickly put us back in, as you would, after bowling a team out cheaply in the 36th over or something like that, I think it was. So we had to dig in and try and save ourselves from an outright loss. We lost our first wicket on the second ball, which was myself, and to the credit of the guys, we kind of dug in patches through the day. And really kind of, I guess, prove to ourselves what we kind of have to do to win games at this level. Big mention, obviously, well, not obviously, but to Glenn Spencer, who batted really well. Kind of dug in and showed some heart, which was really good. And then a couple of guys at the end. Lowy batted really well. Kind of showed some of the older guys a bit of heart, a bit of ticker in the second innings. And Darcy Carrigan and Will Spencer again really dug in for the end. They, to put it into perspective, Norwood were up and about. They were kind of swinging the ball all over the place. They had 3 blokes under the lid, right in your face. And Will and Darcy came in and just showed some of the guys that had kind of gone out twice during the day that you can dig in and face some overs out and stick strong. So really good effort to those guys. And we did end up saving the outright, so a small victory, but at the end of the day it was a little bit of a disappointing day, but we're kind of going to move forward. The Jallis Craig man of the match for a really good spell of bowling last week, Grant McInerney. Yeah, as I said, got Cup Day next week. And the other thing, just support our sponsors. They put in a lot of hard earned into our club, so we need to back them and put it back over their businesses. So other than that, See you training during the week, I guess.
Thank you, Wiseman. Right, boys.
I'll see you tomorrow, Bobby.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Can't wait. Pants together.
See you tomorrow, Dan. Where is he? Busco, see you tomorrow.
Dan wasn't at
Thursday.